The day after visiting Iguazu Falls, we flew directly to Rio de Janeiro. I booked a hotel located between Copacabana and Ipanema Beaches, within walking distance of Arpoador, one of Rio's most famous viewpoints. 2 local guides gave me the same piece of advice: avoid taking photos with mobile phone while on the street, as motorcycle snatch thefts do happen from time to time. Getting online in Brazil is surprisingly easy. Simply download the Claroflex app while connected to Wi-Fi. The app has a dedicated section for international visitors, offering a variety of affordable data plans. I purchased a 40 GB package valid for 30 days for just $15. After arriving in Rio, I booked a full-day city tour online that covered the city's most iconic attractions. If you're planning to visit both Christ the Redeemer and Sugarloaf Mountain, I highly recommend joining a guided tour. It saves a significant amount of time, as both attractions are extremely popular and queues can be very long. If your schedule is tight, I also wouldn't recommend taking the scenic train up to Christ the Redeemer, as it is relatively time-consuming. Both Sugarloaf Mountain and Christ the Redeemer offer spectacular sunset views, so it's worth scheduling one of them for late afternoon. We started the morning at Sugarloaf Mountain. The cable car ride consists of 2 stages. I recommend taking both cable cars directly to the summit first, where the views are the most impressive. Explore the top while it's still relatively quiet, then work your way back down to enjoy the scenery at the lower station. If there are no long queues, around an hour and a half is more than enough for sightseeing and photos. Our next stop was the Selarón Steps, one of Rio's most famous landmarks. Chilean artist Jorge Selarón spent decades decorating the staircase, with colorful ceramic tiles collected from around the world. The staircase stretches 125 meters and consists of 250 steps. We arrived around noon, when it was packed with visitors. If you'd like photos without crowds in the background, it's best to come early in the morning. We then visited the Metropolitan Cathedral of Rio de Janeiro. Unlike traditional Catholic cathedrals, this striking modern concrete structure resembles a Mayan pyramid. Standing 75 meters tall, it features stained glass windows reaching 64 meters from floor to ceiling, and can accommodate up to 20,000 worshippers. Most city tours also include an exterior stop at Maracana Stadium. Football matches are held here frequently, and if you're interested, you can purchase tickets online in advance. Prices generally start at around $120 for major matches. Along the way, we also passed the Sambadrome, the world-famous venue where Rio Samba schools perform during Carnival. Our tour included an all-you-can-eat Brazilian barbecue lunch. By around 3 p.m., we headed straight to Rio's most recognizable landmark, Christ the Redeemer. Regardless of the season, this attraction is always crowded. Standing beneath the colossal statue and looking up at Christ's outstretched arms, you can't help but feel a profound sense of peace and compassion. From the summit, you can also enjoy sweeping views over much of Rio's coastline. Unfortunately, shortly after we arrived, thick fog rolled in from every direction. If you're planning a visit, I strongly recommend checking the weather forecast beforehand, as fog or rain can significantly diminish the experience at both Sugarloaf Mountain and Christ the Redeemer. The following day, I decided to explore the city using public transportation. The metro is actually a very convenient way to travel from the beach districts into downtown Rio. You can simply tap your phone to pay at the station. The journey takes only 20 to 30 minutes on Metro Line 1, with a one-way fare of around $1.50. My destination that day was the Museum of Tomorrow. After getting off at Uruguayna Station, I walked toward the waterfront. The museum's futuristic architecture was what attracted me the most. Its striking design feels straight out of a science fiction movie. The location is equally impressive, with airplanes frequently flying low overhead, creating a unique urban landscape. For the best panoramic view of the museum's exterior, head to the 3rd floor of the nearby Museum of Modern Art. Admission costs less than $4, and you can also enjoy the museum's own exhibitions while you're there. After visiting both museums, I continued to Candelaria Church and the Banco do Brasil Cultural Center. Housed in an elegant neoclassical building, The cultural center has signs outside pointing visitors toward nearby attractions. This entire neighborhood is within easy walking distance of downtown, and is a great place to spend an afternoon. Rio also offers several free walking tours of the city center, usually lasting between 2.5 and 3 hours. Although the tours are advertised as free, it's customary to tip your guide based on your experience. That afternoon, I met a guide who had grown up in one of Rio's favelas, and joined him for a tour of the community. Rio's favelas are enormous. The one we visited is considered relatively safe, with a permanent police presence at the top of the hill. However, there are other areas that even our local guide admitted he wouldn't enter. At first glance, the houses appear chaotic and densely packed together. Surprisingly, many of them enjoy breathtaking views that would be worth millions in almost any other country. Nowadays, not everyone living in the favela is poor. One reason many residents choose to stay is the extremely low taxes and utility costs. In some areas, as many as 80% of households don't pay for electricity. We stopped at the home of our guide's uncle for afternoon tea. Although the house was small and irregularly built, the view from the living room felt like something out of a luxury mansion. We happened to visit shortly before the FIFA World Cup, and residents had painted the streets in vibrant colors to celebrate. Whether rich or poor, Brazilians share an extraordinary passion for football. Amid the tightly packed homes, there was an open space reserved for children to play football. Visitors are welcome to join in and experience the joy of the game alongside them. Just remember to carry some small change, as some of the children may ask for tips. On my third day in Rio, I slowed down and spent the day wandering around the beaches and nearby neighborhoods, sampling local street food. I bought a freshly fried pastel from a street vendor. This crispy pastry is filled with a variety of savory ingredients, and pairs perfectly with a cup of freshly pressed sugarcane juice. Another snack I absolutely loved was cocelna, a teardrop-shaped fried croquette, usually filled with shredded chicken or cheese, crispy on the outside and soft inside. My hotel was located right between Ipanema and Copacabana, just a short walk from the beach. Compared with Copacabana, Ipanema generally feels safer and more upscale. From there, it was easy to stroll to Arpoador, or spend time along either stretch of sand. These iconic beaches are featured in countless Brazilian tourism campaigns, and are an essential part of any visit to Rio. Arpoador is essentially a massive rocky peninsula, extending into the Atlantic Ocean. It's widely regarded as one of the best surfing spots in the city, and is a favorite gathering place for locals. Sitting on the rocks for an afternoon, watching surfers ride the waves, people fishing, playing sports, while the waves crash endlessly against the shoreline, is one of the best ways to experience Rio's laid-back atmosphere. Next, I'll be heading to the beautiful colonial town of Paraty in Ilha Grande. I'll see you in the next episode.